Greetings everyone, this video is going to be on unforgiveness and how it sabotages you, the source player.
Greetings! This infinite source truth is made possible by the generous contributions and support of viewers like you. Please consider making a contribution now. Thank you.
So, unforgiveness. It is of the lowest frequency, and we think as source players that we are justified to hold unforgiveness against other source players and other soulless ones and entities. But when you hold that unforgiveness, you have locked yourself into a lower frequency and you will not be able to escape it. Now let me explain to you what happens whenever you are in unforgiveness. Your subconscious holds you accountable for everything that you do that you would consider an offense and unforgivable by other people. So, the judgment that you are using against others, you are using against yourself. How can you break out of this unforgiveness? First of all, you have to realize that you are not of a high enough frequency to be outside of your script. You are using the script right now that was dealt to you because you have not managed to raise your frequency high enough to escape that script. All of these other people who have offended you and hurt you and you feel justified in having the unforgiveness towards, they were simply doing their scripts. Most of them were soulless ones or entities, and that was their script. It's part of your script that these things would come towards you and affect you in this life. And unfortunately, you chose to stay in that state of unforgiveness, and it's like taking poison in yourself and expecting that other person to be affected by the poison, and the only one being affected is you.
Living with unforgiveness prevents you from living in the now because that event happened in the past. It's not happening now. If you have unforgiveness, I know it's hard for you to wrap your mind around this concept because it feels very real. But that is this matrix. It's part of the game and you have to overcome it. It is the programming. It feels very real. That's part of the experience. You cannot trust your feelings and emotions in this game. They are part of this matrix experience. You need your connection to your infinite source self to navigate this matrix and see it for what it is. To be set free, you must live in the now, right now, where you're at. Is that event happening? No, it's not. It is a memory. And memories within this matrix are not what you think they are. You must forgive and move out of it. It's like unforgiveness is a poison that you drink and you take, and you expect that other person to suffer for it. And the only person who ever suffers for it is you. It is a poison. It keeps you from living in the now, and it keeps you from your connection with your infinite source self. You can have a small thread of a connection. You always have that because you have a soul. It's who you are. But when you remove all the blockages of unforgiveness and the past and you live in the now, you have a huge pipeline. The connection is then unblocked from being just a trickle connection to a flood connection to your infinite source self. This is how important this is. Let go of the past and live in the now. Get rid of that sin and karma programming. It does not benefit you.
Truly. Unforgiveness is a poison that keeps you in a lower frequency and does not allow you to escape. Now, how can you get out of unforgiveness? You need to go through the self-hypnosis videos. Starting with the first one, entering the silence. You need to be able to enter the silence and have the eye test work for you. And if you can't manage it the first time, then you need to keep doing it a few times until you can reach that point. If you don't succeed at it the first time, it's because you have a distrust or a fear about the self-hypnosis process. And that's okay, but don't stay there. I mean, once you listen to the video, you know what to expect, and you can relax and fully enter the depth to deal with the subconscious. And it has to be done. There's no other way to deal with the subconscious than going into the silence and dealing with the subconscious. The second video, forgiveness. If you can forgive that one person who has offended you the most, one name, there's one person that is on the top of your list and the top of your mind who has truly offended you the most. If you can forgive that one person, then all the other ones fall by default, because you have conquered the one that has hurt you the most. If you can forgive that one person, the rest of them are insignificant. And you then set yourself free from the sin and karma issues in your life. When you remove the sin and karma, you can get a strong connection to your infinite source self, which is who you really are. And then you can start being empowered, walking in your power, not giving it away, and raise your frequency. This is so important. It is so life-changing and freeing to be set free from all of the anger and emotions and hate and all of that unforgiveness is working in you. You need to let go of it. And the first thing to being able to let go of it is realize that it was the script, and that these people didn't have any motives to really harm you or hurt you. It was simply part of your script. And how we got these scripts and how we're walking in them is because we failed to raise our frequency high enough to be the powerful creators that we are. The scripts were our default setting. If we couldn't manage to have conquered the sexuality, materialism, and all of the things in this physical realm that would trap us, then our scripts were the default, so that we didn't totally basically destroy ourselves within the illusion. Know that you can accomplish this, and that freedom is worth the cost. Realize that this is all an illusion. This is all an experience. And then let go and set yourself free. This is not about anyone else. This is about you. Setting yourself free from the unforgiveness, sin, and karma that you have been programmed with. Now, if you're benefiting from the information that I'm sharing on this channel, then it is in your best interest to support the channel. If you can't afford it, then I'm not asking for that donation from you. What your donation does, when you start supporting source players who are supporting you, then it unlocks blockages and doors that have been closed to you and allows you to raise to a higher frequency, the highest frequency. But it all starts step by step. This is a journey. It's not an instant on switch. But by making that contribution, you receive so much more than you can even know. So consider supporting being a Patreon or a PayPal. And now, is everything that I have shared within this video infinite source truth only and not what I think or believe? And that is a yes from my program Pendulum. You can verify it through your source self connection also. Abundance, health, and prosperity to you.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like, and share this video. If you found this life-changing, please consider giving a contribution and consider supporting monthly or giving a single gift via PayPal. Links are in the description box below. And be sure to check out these links for guided self-hypnosis meditations